What's happening? It's your boy Robbie J. About to spit a little something, something. You feel me? And as I come down to more conclusions and observations, then I can share more as I get older and I observe more things and I go through more experiences and I speak to more people. You know what I'm saying? But at 23 years old, I only know what I know now. I can only express myself in the English language to the best of my capability right now. You understand what I'm saying? So anything we do, we can only enhance it. That ratio of time in which it does get enhanced, there you go. That's going to take its time. But right now, I'm going to talk about freedom and honor. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, when they talk about freedom and honor, they want to talk about some type of military standpoint or fighting for a flag or whatever country. You know, we just so happen to be born in the country that we're born in, and we're going to try to honor those laws or what our family believes in, right? So the thing is, people, and I'm going to talk about in depth about both of those things, right? The fact of the matter is, people want to talk about honor, right? And so when we honor something, it's something of high value. So, when someone is very honorable, they will be perceived as honorable to a whole nation of people, to a whole city of people, to a whole, to the world. You know what I'm saying? So why do you think some of these people that we view as celebrities or high in notoriety is because they've been perceived to be honorable, right? So that people want to think that what they're doing is honorable, and number one, it doesn't even honor what the whole code, like a family code or a jobs code or a military's code. You know what I'm saying? That was the honor. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to stick on through that because it was honor in that. You know what I'm saying? A bond, loyalty, so on and so forth. Now, at the end of the day, this all ties in for freedom, right? So, in America, so to say, we honor our freedom of choices. You know what I'm saying? It may be limited in different variations, so to say, but at the end of the day, that's what we honor. We honor our freedom, you know what I'm saying? And we're loyal to our freedom, and we're loyal to the fight for that. So that's what this whole principle of living in America is supposed to be about, correct? So what doesn't make sense is being whatever race or whatever you do for a living, you are going to make choices in which you have to substitute your time and what you want to do for whatever the cause may be. If you need to make money, you're going to have to get a job. If you want to go to school and you think that's where you're going to get educated, that's where you're going to have to educate yourself. If you're going to read books and you have to learn how to do something specifically, or get a trainer or a teacher or some sort, or a pastor or philosopher who knows the Bible or this religion more than you, okay, there you go, right? So freedom is within our choices every day. You know what I'm saying? So there's many ways that someone can come in your life and disrupt your freedom. You could get held down by law enforcement, right? You could have a child. You could get married. You know what I'm saying? You can basically get a 9-to-5 that you really don't like to do. Whether you do like it or not, it's still taken away from your freedom. But that was your freedom of choice to do the things in which what comes after that, the repercussions that you now have to deal with, that has to do with your freedom, right? So the thing is, when it comes down to being a man and everything that we do, we cannot blame another man for when our freedom gets affected. That is your choice. You know what I'm saying? You have your own free will. So if you know the law is looking for these people doing X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying? It can affect your freedom for a day, or it can affect your freedom for life. I didn't make those rules. They made those rules. So then if that's what they're enforcing, they're the ones with the weapons, and they're the ones with the criteria in which they're going to lock you down or so-and-so else. Okay, then that's what they're doing. So, you're either going to play that game or you don't. And same thing like having children. You're going to either have to get into the system and pay child supports, or support your children no matter what you're supposed to do. But, and same thing being tied down to another individual. See, me in my case, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. My freedom, my free will of thought, my freedom of speech, my freedom to do whatever I want to do that's going to benefit me and the people around me, that's in my perspective, right? You know what I'm saying? So what we have to understand is every choice we make is going to affect our freedom, right? And what people have it misconstrued as is, I'm doing something honorable. You know what I'm saying? It may be honorable to you, but last time I checked, honor or receiving a medal or receiving an award or receiving a trophy. You have to win the championship. You got to be defensive player of the year. You got to be sixth man of the year. You got to be rookie of the year. You got to be best coach. You know what I'm saying? You got to show out. When an outstanding principal, if it's not a dickhead ass principal, people are gonna fuck with the principal of that school. When you're at work and you received high notoriety and you get a raise or you get an award, okay, cool. But do you understand what I'm saying? It's all freedom of choice. So people want to act like they don't got free will. And when their freedom gets messed up, then they gotta blame somebody else. You can only blame yourself. Every mistake I've ever made going to a jailhouse, having to deal with just having to get myself into a better predicament, which we all are trying to do, that is going to affect your daily routine and your mindset. You know what I'm saying? So what we have to understand is, you know, the game is being played at all times. There's just other players in the game, and these players may have existed before your timeline and created other things that other people view as honorable, and they're willing to hold down those things. You know what I'm saying? So it's not saying that freedom and honor and how most people want to talk about it is bullshit or anything like that. It's just what's in your mind, because the moment that shit's falsified, you're going to create a falsified life from which you tried to push out to the world, or you tried to put on to other people, and you fully accepted that. And who can you blame but yourself? You know what I'm saying? When the moment you lose your freedom, the moment you can't do the things that you like to do in your daily routine, or you like being in La La Land, well, guess what? You can't be in La La Land no more, because now you got some priorities to uphold. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to be able to peep these things as a personal red flag if it's going to affect your freedom. You feel me? If it's gonna affect the way you feel, if it's gonna affect your heart, your mind, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, last thing you want to do is make choices out here that's gonna affect your freedom as a man. You know what I'm saying? And then you gonna complain about it, even as a woman. You know what I'm saying? So we all have a choice to live, and whether you believe something is right or wrong, anything that's honorable, you can decide. You can convince yourself you're doing something that's honorable. You know what I'm saying? But until a group of people that's in high class societies say that it's honorable, and they put you on a stage, a platform of some sort to receive that award or to receive that recognition, what's honorable about what you're talking about? Because that's the formats that's been created. So you can live in some type of illusion in your own mind. You could be in La La Land, but at the end of the day, you are gonna have to deal with that during the time being, and then later on down in life, whether you went to prison, whether you have to raise a family, no matter what it is that you have to do, whether you have to work to this job because you believe holding down this career and becoming the best engineer in your family or whatever the fuck you think you're doing, that's going to be on you. You know what I'm saying? When you could have went out and done all this, aka everything you wanted to do, everything you wanted to experience, it's your choice. So everybody has choices, and some choices going to be right and some choices going to be wrong, perceived by other individuals. But you have to make a decision for your own self. You were so caught up trying to be this particular way to impress a woman or impress a group of people, and the whole time it's only going to backlash on you once they really see what you was caught up into, when you could have took a whole nother route. You know what I'm saying? So the whole fact of the matter is, some mistakes or some intentions and actions are going to have more repercussions than others. You know what I'm saying? So once we know that, then we will understand that, damn, maybe it's not worth it that I do this for 20 to 30 minutes out my day. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be, because you know the repercussions of it. Everything has its own pros and cons. It's how you look at it, and what else do you do to balance that out? So that's what you're doing. You're doing a tug of war in life. Life is a tug of war. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about freedom and honor, this is the English language that they use to put on us and say, look, this is what we are going to use to hypothesize people's minds and to getting them to do justice, due diligence in the world today. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make that decision. I can't make that decision for you. This is just eye-opening words for you to understand. Yes, they may say this is honorable. They may say this is that, and it may get you on a platform. But that's the whole point. Those people that have received high honor and high regards, they're out there. It doesn't matter what they've done for society, for their local communities, for in musical and creative arts, you know what I'm saying, reformations, of different sorts, and just getting people that's active out here and changing the whole vibration and frequencies of people's mind in the world. Those are the people you hold honorable. If you met them in person, you want to shake their hand, you honor their music, you honor their movies, you honor what they do as a person. They still had to have that ability for whatever they did. To even bodybuilders, it doesn't matter what they do, you're going to appreciate them for what they are, what they know, and you would like to share the same time and same space with them and show gratitude for their own energy. You know, so we just can't live in a world where you fuck up, you go to jail, you have to raise a family, you have to do something, and then you want to blame other people. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to put something on somebody else. No, you had to make your own decisions. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, for me, my freedom is number one. You know what I'm saying? So anytime I do something that I know it's going to jeopardize my freedom, or I got to do this job, or I got to learn so-and-so, I understand, and I'm willingly taking the time to invest myself into whatever it is that I'm doing. So when you're investing yourself into whatever it is you're doing, you're making that choice, you're going to have to deal with the repercussions. You know what I'm saying? So when someone wants to lecture me on something, it's like, yeah, I might listen to you, but I already have done the research. I've already put some thought into it. I already put some effort into it mentally first. You know what I'm saying? I already played out different scenarios on why I'm going to make the decision. So you could think I'm crazy all you want why I made the decision. Motherfucker, my brain's always working. Don't let your brain stop working because something that looks good got in front of you, or something that seems beneficial for the time being gets in front of you, and you're not thinking about the future. You know what I'm saying? Because the moment your daily routine gets affected, or what you want to do, and you got to start doing what this other motherfucker got to do, or you got to start, you know, obeying to somebody else that you don't fuck with. Oh, that's your manager, that's your boss. Okay, well, whose fault is that? You could go get a new job. Oh, this relationship, you can go just be single and live your life, or get with another individual that actually does what you do. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's going to be your life. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, hey, people made decisions, they got caught up on the law. People had children at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Like I was born, my mama was 17. You know what I'm saying? And they had to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? People have to deal with the decisions and choices that they make. People on drugs for a certain amount of time in their life, they're captivated in that mindset. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they have the freedom of choice of will, but also it's inhabiting them to do other things because their mind is not free and all they know is to do those things. You know what I'm saying? So this is your boy Robbie J with a short little talk talking about freedom and honor. You know what I'm saying? So remember, you may have some personal things that may be self-centered, that may be a little delusional, that you view as honorable, right? But you can also align that honor to what the world sees as honorable, or a community, and therefore you can win over those people. You know what I'm saying? That's why people go do certain things in their communities or join certain groups, because they're trying to win those people's favor. You know what I'm saying? So that's truly honorable. When you're doing something out of your own desire, if it doesn't align with other people's desires, what's so honorable about it? You know what I'm saying? So you really got to think about that for your own sense of mind. You know what I'm saying? If you're losing sense, that's nobody's fault but yourself. If you lose your freedom of choice and your will, and you have to sacrifice it for these things, remember, you made that choice. Whether you currently are making that choice, or you're forced to make that choice, or you made some past decisions that's going to make that choice the only option if you want to even receive respect from those around you, because otherwise you're not upholding the image that you chose to put out there. You understand what I'm saying? All right, it's your boy Robbie J, tapping out with some free wisdom for your motherfucking ass, nigga.